before let's see if we get started, I have to say the presentation here is why The Hills is the greatest show in the history of television. And I know you think this is bullshit. I really do. Like, we're on the same side here. And I'm going to just kind of modestly try to convince you there's something that's interesting going on with The Hills. And there may not be, but hang on for a second here. So here's my idea. In the history of culture, there are these things. There are things that are real, and there are things that are fake. When you're watching Seinfeld, you know that you're watching something that's scripted. When you're watching something like, I don't know, the Discovery Channel, you know you're watching something that's real. For the first time ever, The Hills introduces this idea. You are watching something that exists exactly in the middle. You do not know what the fuck is going on. I want to say this. First of all, Heidi Spencer, let's just agree on this. These people are dicks. We hate them. I'm not going to try to tell you that these people are like Shakespearean or anything else that's grandiose. We agree, right? There's no, I'm not going to say that like, I'm not going to say the word guilty pleasure in this conversation because I don't believe in it. So I'm behind. Anyway, I believe in this simple idea. Culture is divided between two things, and I think Colbert said it the best, truthiness. If you say it's true, it is true. We live in a culture in which we are surrounded by these moments. Think about perusing the internet. Am I really believing that thing? Am I really? When I read a Wikipedia entry, do I really think it's real? I don't know if it's real. We kind of buy into it, but we don't quite know. It's the thing that's in the back of our mind. Money is like one of these things we absolutely eventually bought into. Quick argument. Okay. God is the best example. I'm not going to try to convince you that God doesn't exist, because that would be ridiculous. I'm going to say very quickly, I think that religion is a composition based upon the idea that you believe something that you don't know is real. If you could scientifically prove that God did not exist, religion would die. That's my real belief. So you believe in this idea only because of this. That's just like The Hills. So really quickly. This is scene 1 from The Hills. So person A is talking to person B about person C. Person A says something like bullshit about person B. Like, it's like, what the fuck did that girl say? And then person A goes back to person C and says, you wouldn't believe what person B said about you. It was like total bullshit, right? And it's like, you're actually watching the show and you're kind of going, wait, that's not what happened. That's not what she said. You made it up. So anyway, so person C runs to person B and says, oh, you wouldn't believe what she said about you. It was actually kind of bullshit. And the whole time you're sitting there watching it kind of going, no, that's not what people said. This is why The Hills is brilliant. Because you're put into a position for the first time ever in the history of culture in which you are the person who decides that's bullshit. You're never allowed that. When you're reading Dostoevsky, you're not really allowed that. When it's not allowed. So this is just like All-Star Wrestling. So there's this term in All-Star Wrestling called smarks. Very quickly, smarks is an elision of two terms. Oh, so fast. Smart and marks. Marks is borrowed from con artist, as in you have a mark. And very quickly, you put the two together, and it's a term used by All-Star wrestlers to describe people who are in on the joke, but they allow themselves to be in on the joke. This is us. We live in a contemporary culture in which we allow ourselves to buy the myth, right? Oh my God, I'm behind. So quick quote. This is good. People can sit back and say it's real, it's fake. Oh my God. I don't make it. This sounds like a plug, but I don't make any money from this book if it sells 1 million copies. But there's a big essay about this. It's much longer, and I can talk about it forever.